wenzangu wanakubali, huwa tunaletewa AI na tunashukuru, inatusaidia sana. Bila hiyo AI hata labda hii kazi ingekuwa ilishasimama. Lakini sababu mnatutambua, kuna pesa mnatuletea, tunaomba tu hiyo pesa iwe ikikuja on time, just on time. Na ikija on time, na sababu pia hali pia imeenda juu kidogo, kama chief angepata 100,000 from the 30, na sasa chief apata hata 50, ingetuwezesha kufanya kazi iwe hata tamu zaidi. Ingewezesha kuwa tamu zaidi, kwa sababu zile logistics ziko hapa chini sasa ni nyingi sana mkubwa. Sasa tungeomba tu kama anaweza kupandisha kidogo hapa, au machifu anasema watachangamuka hata zaidi. Alafu mwishoe tunapigana hapa na vita hii contraband zikiingia hapa. Kuna hata pia pombe. Unajua hapa tuko na challenge, sababu unaweza zuia kwako pombe na pombe nyingine inatoka ngambo ile. Lakini pia yote tunapigana nayo. Tunajaribu kupigana pia huku nje, huku ndani na bangi na kila kitu. Tunaomba tu the political wing yetu hii iwache kutetea watu ambao wanatusumbua. Kwa sababu unapata unangangana na mtu, ukiweka gia yako unangangana na yeye, naye anakuja tena anakupigia, anakuwekea hata kesi ile hakuna kwa hii dunia. So tunaomba the political wing pia mtusaidie, sababu wale watu tunaprotect ni watoto wetu hao. Tukiwaacha waharibike, hata kura ambao unatafuta utapata, watakuwa wameharibika sababu wataenda shule. So tusaidiane wakati tunapigana na hii mambo ya mihadarati na takataka nyingine hii yote. Pia mtu akikujia wewe na msukumo, namwambia hapana, enda tusherie malizane na wewe. Si ati polisi akienda akisaidia chief, polisi unasikia ameenda transfer. Chief naye anabandikwa vitu zingine zile atuelewi. So tafadhali ni hayo tu. Lakini tunashukuru kwa hii mheshimiwa, na Mungu akuzidishie sana uweze kuendelea na hii kazi, sababu umekuja karibu na sisi na tunashukuru. Asante sana.
Asante chief. Tumpigie Shadrack Oboke makofi mengine. Asante. Pendekezo langu ama kabla pengine tuendelee sana kidogo tu madam. Niulize hawa wenye tumealika. Mnataka tukae hapa muda gani? Tufanye public participation kidogo. How long? Tukae muda gani? Saa moja? Saa mbili? Saa tatu? Tunataka tumalize kwa haraka itakavyowezekana, lakini chukue muda ambao utatutosha. Kwa hivyo tunaomba wenye watakuja kuchangia wachangie kwa kifupi, lakini akisha amesema yale alikuwa anataka kusema. So yako itakuwa, jukumu lako itakuwa ni kuangalia ni nini haijasemwa niseme. Kwa hivyo tukimpatia huyu madamu aseme, naibu ya chief. Kiwakilisha machief asirudie yale amesemwa na chief na chief mwenzake.
I'm Dorcas Sokumu, Assistant Chief. Location. Niko hapa kusimama kwa sababu kwa naibu au wenzetu ambao kama ni walimu, maaskari, wao wanapata nafasi ya kupumzika, but ngao wanafanya ile mambo ambayo yanaendelea. For example, chiefs wanakufa, for example chiefs wana retire na ikuwe enforced ya kwamba boda iwe imara iweze kutusaidia.
Tulisema kila shirika litapata nafasi ya kusema yao umetoka eneo gani, na sababu hatutaki tufuate utaratibu ati chief asema chief. Sasa tuende kwa OCS, sababu OCS mmoja atasema, tunaomba OCS aseme. Haya basi, haya chief aseme. Niko na machifu wawili, na sababu kila mmoja atapata nafasi, tukimalizana na chiefs tutaenda kwa Wakenya wengine ambao tuko nao pia ndio wapate nafasi waseme walitekelezwa wakawa ndio walikuja mwisho. Karibu.
Our CS, Minister of Interior and National Administration, and all those who accompanied him, allow me to appreciate you, sir, for coming to Busia. This is Busia. We are neighboring Busia, Uganda, but here is Busia, Kenya. My name is Marilyn Namenge Oundo. I am Senior Chief 1 of Nambale Sub-County, and I am here to represent chiefs of Busia County. Chiefs, habari zenu? Wananchi wote kwa jumla mlembe? Basi, sasa I'll begin by, I want to appreciate you, sir, because before we started even saying anything, you talked of issues that were in our hearts. And I just want to highlight something very brief. Stagnation, job stagnation, sir. This issue is really affecting these chiefs. Tuna wale machifu ambao wamekuwa promoted, yes, but since 2023 kuna wale ambao hata hawajapata hiyo kutoka ile assistant chief kufika chief, because their salary adjustment has not yet been done. Bado tu, si ni ukweli? Then kuna wale ambao pia wamekuwa promoted, lakini hata mambo yakapelekwa Nairobi, lakini mpaka leo bado hata hawajapata ile ruhusa ya kuanza kushikilia hizo ofisi rasmi. Wako tu pale, ni jina tu ati chief, haieleweki. Sijui ni kwa nini. Saa kama ungetusaidia tungejua hapo shida iko wapi. Pia kuna hii career pathway. Tunaomba saa direct promotion from assistant chief to chief, na pia to fast track graduate chiefs ama graduate officers ambao ni chiefs and assistants wasonge to the level of ACC, kwa sababu kuna wale wameenda tu shule vizuri na tunashukuru. Pia kuna wale ambao wana retire, wanapumzika. Naomba senior principal chief wetu, mali ulipo, kwa heshima zako, huyo jamaa ameretire last month tarehe 9. Sasa ni Mkenya halisi. He is still strong. If he can be assigned other duties kama kwa boards, anaweza bado tumikia nchi yetu ya Kenya kuliko kuachwa tu hivyo. Pia naomba kuna hii revised, naomba kama tunaweza revise entry grade ya assistant chiefs from job group G to from job group F to job group G. Itasaidia huyu mtu akianza kazi kuliko kumuacha, because tukienda vile tunaenda itafika wakati wa retirement mtu baada ako tu job group F. Kwa hivyo ni ombi langu tu, tafadhali hiyo ikizingatiwa tutashukuru sana. Mwisho, sir, we want to reaffirm our unwavering loyalty and commitment to 1, upholding national security, cohesion, and peace at the grassroots. Number 2, we promise to supporting the government policies and programs with the diligence, integrity, and transparency. And 3, we are ensuring the ordinary mwananchi. We want and we promise to ensure that the ordinary mwananchi ambaye ako hapa to understand and benefit from government initiatives like hii ya jukwaa la usalama ambayo umeleta. Itakuwa jukumu letu kuendelea kuhamasisha wananchi wapate kuelewa kabisa, na hiyo ni kazi yetu machiefs. Kwa hayo machache, nashukuru sana. Thank you so much, sir, for coming, and have a good time in Busia. Thank you.
Thank you. Tumpigie dada makofi. Madam Chief, ongezwe makofi mengine. Sasa Chief Francis Jobana. Karibu.
Sir, I'm Francis Wabuko, Senior Chief, Elugulu Location, Butula Sub-County. Allow me, sir, to ride on the already established protocol and take this chance to invite you, to welcome you officially to Busia County. I also want to say, sir, I'm the chairman of Chiefs and Assistant Chiefs in the National Welfare of Chiefs and Assistant Chiefs. So, karibu. Let me take this chance to thank you for establishing Jukwaa la Usalama. And you have just told us during your introduction that we should feel free, not fear, because so far since you started, no one has been victimized because of what they have said during Jukwaa la Usalama. Normally, chiefs, we fear speaking before our seniors. Komanda tunaogopa kuteresa. Ukiteresa barua. So thank you for assuring us that. And so I feel so free to speak to you, sir. We met the last week at APTC Embakasi, and you assured us that we should not be worried as far as job progression is concerned, as far as promotions are concerned, and you promised that our brothers and sisters who are already at Embakasi, they will come back when they are already promoted. We noted that, and we thank you for that. Most of our officers have stagnated because of that training at APTC. You have to be trained to be promoted. And that training can only be sponsored by the government. We thank you, and we hope you will stay in this ministry so that what you have started will be able to benefit us. I come from Butula, sir. One of the main challenges we have there as far as security is concerned, hatuna kitu inaitwa gari. OCS wetu wa Butula hana gari. He has to improvise. Lazima haya gari ya mtu ndio operate. We have no vehicle. And it is really a bad picture for the government to lack a vehicle. Another issue, sir, most of the chiefs who retire, including my senior principal chief, their pension take too long. A chief has to travel to Nairobi so many times for the processing of pension to take place. Another issue, as far as Butula is concerned, we have very few police officers. Butula as a sub-county, you are supposed to have around 147. Currently, we have only 37 officers there. The difference is just too big. On the other hand, because I'm representing in the welfare, we wish to thank you, sir. You sponsored our National Delegates Conference last year at Kenya School of Government. And you have promised to sponsor our election, national coming elections as a government. We are really thankful for that. However, we request you, sir, to sponsor training for the officials. We intend to embark on check-off system. Check-off system is a challenge. We will be getting a lot of money monthly. Without training, without proper training, it will be a big challenge. And when we fail as chiefs, the government would have failed. Because chief and the government, they are one and one thing. Coming back to Busia, Busia is a border county. We have a lot of challenges of aliens, undocumented people coming into our county. They come with a lot of challenges. As far as security is concerned, contraband goods, they come in. Trafficking of even human beings. Wasichana wengi wanatoka huko wanakuja huku kutafuta kazi, and they become a big security challenge. However, we have been able to manage. NPS, the chiefs, and even the Nyumba Kumi community policing, they have really supported us, and we are really thankful for the government for what they have done. I wish and hope, sir, you will be able to continue to push for us so that we succeed as a ministry. Thank you.
Asante, tumpigie Chief makofi. Francis. Asante Chief kwa hao maongezi mazuri na hiyo memorandum ambayo amepeana kwa waziri. So sasa kabla tutoke kwa machiefs, najua tumewasikia hao naibu ya chief na chiefs wenye wameongea. Nataka yule chief ama naibu ya chief ameona kwamba kuna jambo angelisema kama ni yeye angepata nafasi. So sasa ajitokeze. Any chief, any assistant chief? I said any chief, any assistant chief. Hatutaki mtu mwingine. Either chief or an assistant chief ukuje useme jambo hapa. Nimeona mkono mwingine ambayo sio wa chief ama naibu ya chief. Nataka chief yake.
Just on
George.
RC kidogo tu.
Tafadhali.
Thank you. If you are a chief or assistant chief and there is something you want to add on top of what your colleagues have said, kama umesahau. Kuna assistant chief? Inua mkono. Simama. Another one? Assistant chief. Haya, kuna chief? Wewe ni? Okay. Kuna assistant chief? No, you don't need to leave there. Just stand there. Simama tu hapo. Kuna assistant chief? Wait. Kuna assistant chief? Okay, the two are enough. So one to the point and the other one.
Sa kwa majina mimi naitwa Crispinus Dindo Kwara, Senior Assistant Chief Mongati Sub-Location, iko Nambale Sub-County. Sasa tuko na challenge maneno ya treatment. Tumeenda hospitali zingine zote zinatishindwa kututibu. So naomba SHA tusaidie. Tusaidiwe upande wa matibabu. Tukienda kwa hospitali zinatufukuza. I've been sick. The insurance wanasema tuongeze pesa tukienda kwa hospitali. So tunaomba tusaidiwe sehemu hiyo. Asante.
Haya, leta chombo cha. Yes.
Sir, Chief, there must be a specific problem because it cannot be general. Lazima your case iko specific because it cannot be the general SHA.
Tukienda kwa hizo hospitali ndio zina demand pesa. For example, nikienda kwa hospitali nataka nifanyiwe MRI, wananiambia kwamba niongeze shilingi 17,000 ama 20 ndio nifanyiwe, alafu SHA itachukua shilingi 10,000. Sisi tunawaambia kwamba our program is comprehensive. They don't want to listen to that one, sir.
Are you talking about SHA registration or the
hospitals?
No, wait. Are you talking about the SHA registration or our specific insurance cover?
Our insurance cover is being denied in the hospitals.
Yeah.
They don't want to recognize. So the service is not in
that hospital where you went?
Yes, sir.
In the specific hospital? Or all hospitals?
Most of the hospitals.
No, it cannot be like that. It cannot be all hospitals. You have, or ama hujaweza kuweka your specific problem. Because level, ukienda hospitali ya primary health care, for example, you don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay anything. Ukienda kwa dispensary hapo.
So let me now just be specific. For example,
Yeah, so but if it is a private specific issue, you can approach Beverly akusaidie. Yeah. But if you are talking about the general policy issue, you can explain the policy. But if it is something affecting you specifically because maybe in your registration for SHA, your bandwidth, the coverage is up to a certain level, and you have to top on top of the coverage to a certain level. So unajua wewe ndio unauza mambo ya SHA, so you know it's up to what stage, what registration, what bandwidth imewekwa. But if it is something that is personal to you, you can talk to Beverly. Yeah. But it will be very, I would be more happy, because I'll also very happy in this meeting to answer questions related to SHA. It will be very nice to know the specific policy problem you have. There are some hospitals that are not recognized by SHA. They are, and you've heard the minister has announced some of them are supposed to be closed because either they violate the regulations, they are not registered, or they don't meet the health standards. And so I would be very happy to answer the cross-cutting policy issues, but also to get feedback, because you are the ones who implement mambo ya SHA kwa ground, so that we can make it better as we progress. But you know, your statement, haionyeshi exactly what is the problem. Because wewe umesema utusaidiwe SHA cover, but you see it is not the case. In your location now, many people have been covered by SHA and paid for. So there has to be a certain specific policy issue so that we help each other. You want to help him? You want to help? Yes. Make the statement.
I want to add on my colleague's concern. I think our medical cover is around 700,000. 700,000 is a small amount of money when you talk about a medical cover. It depletes very fast. So I request that it should be increased to at least minimum of 2 million. Because I have experienced this during this year, and it depleted until I had to go to Harambee House so that they can be able to give me something else to assist. But our chiefs, the way our colleagues have presented, sisi tunapigwa hapa na watu wa Chang'aa, tunapigwa na wezi usiku, and we need a proper medical cover, sir.
Nimekuelewa sasa. So you are saying, now that makes sense.
Yes.
Your cover at the moment, based on the job group,
Yes.
covers you up to 700,000.
Yes.
So you are saying, let us enhance the cover. That
Yes.
makes sense.
Outpatient should be increased to at least 100,000
Nimekuelewa.
from 75,000.
Nimekuelewa.
Yes.
I've understood.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. 75,000 is for outpatient, right? Yeah. It's 75,000 outpatient, and then inpatient. I understand now. It makes sense. It's the job group and the expansion of your coverage where the job group can cover. Yes, Chief.
Sir, mimi naitwa Emase Juvenalis, Chief Angoromo location, ambapo ni hapa tu karibu na pande hii. Hapo karibu niko na ofisi hapo, na iko shamba ya serikali. Watu wengi wameingia ndani, wana encroach. Hata county commission amenisaidia sana, lakini bado wako tu wameweka malori pale. Hata kuna wengine maofisa wanasema ya kwamba wamenunua mahali pale. Na hiyo shamba ililipwa watu 1987, ambapo tulikuwa na mambo kidogo hapa na boda yetu. Sasa hapo iko tu wazi mahali pale. Nasumbuliwa sana. Kwa hivyo naomba unisaidie nione ya kwamba shamba serikali tunailinda na tunaisecure. Asante sana sana.
Thank you, Chief. Proceed.
Thank you, chiefs. Nafikiria tumepewa nafasi ya kutosha, na sababu ni sisi tuko watawala. Ningeomba tu mtu anaitwa village elder mmoja peke yake. One village elder, tafadhali. Msema mtaa, simama. You can take that mic to him. Village elder. Tafadhali. Imeletwa?
No, bado. Just hold on, mzee. Just hold on. Let's have the ACCs. The ACC will come to the public when tukimalizana na officers.
Thank you. Okay.
Assistant.
Asante sir.
Yeah.
Asante waziri. Assistant County Commissioner tafadhali. They know themselves. There were two of them. Please.
Yes, our guest of honor today, our CS. All protocol observed. Good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Jacqueline Sabule. I'm serving as ACC 1 BUSIA. I'm really honored to stand here to address issues, to articulate issues that concerning ACCs for BUSIA County. Yeah, the following, first of all, Bwana CS, we really appreciate for the promotion that you have gotten on the recent days. This year alone, several of us were promoted. I particular was promoted from being an ACC 2 to senior ACC. Some of our other ACCs were promoted to be DCC, something we had mentioned, Bwana CS. So we are really grateful. Although also we are grateful for the trainings that we have underwent. We underwent a number of ACCs underwent a DPA course last year. And I particularly also, I was privileged to attend that course. And I'm really grateful, Bwana CS. Yeah. Yeah, another thing, Bwana CS, I will not wish to forget is on uniform. As I speak, we received this, as a county, we received several 100 pieces of uniform. Something we have never witnessed. Before, we used to go to APTC to collect our uniform. And we normally experienced a lot of challenge. Some time cannot allow me to enlist all of them. We are really grateful for that, sir. So on behalf of the ACC, some of the ACC, senior ACCs have not attended the training that the DPA, kindly consider them, sir. Yeah, also we have the 2021 group. There are some who would wish to be promoted to the next job group. Yeah, that was their nini. Also, Bwana CS, we have also the challenges of vehicle. It's still a challenge. You find in a sub-county, there's only one vehicle. And maybe in that sub-county, there are numerous ACCs. Sharing that vehicle has proven to be difficult, and sometimes the ACCs are forced to use motor. Also, we have a challenge also with infrastructure. Some of our ACC are still don't have enough office space. Some are poorly equipped. Even some Bwana CS, even they not have, their offices are not connected to power. You can imagine. Yeah, there's another issue on climate change. There's something the chiefs forgot. We are taxed as a GAO. We are in the forefront in ensuring realization of 15 billion trees target by 2030. The GAO in general, sometimes we are faced with the challenge of getting seedlings. We don't have seedlings. We have to use our own money to purchase the seedlings. And sometimes kindly, if possible, the chief maybe be facilitated so that they can acquire their own nurseries, so that whenever we require seedlings, we don't have to face that challenge. Also, sir, being in a porous border, maybe I'll talk something on being on a border sub-county. There's the issue of porous border. These are gazetted routes, and it has always promoted the human trafficking, smuggling of counterfeit goods like cheap alcohol, even movement. You find even illicit brew. Our other side, they are not restricted in brewing this illicit brew. So sometimes they find their way into our areas, and it has become very difficult. Although our multi-agency team, we have been working together in collaboration so that we ensure that vices is reduced. Also the issue of street children from Uganda. Uganda, they don't have a proper system. So you find children from Uganda, the young children, the education system is not like ours. Ours, we strive to make sure that our kids are in school, but for them, their children are just left out. So that sometimes they cross over and they facilitate this small theft, this burglary. Yeah. So, but we are working hand in hand with other security agencies, and we have been able to control that, Bwana CS. Yeah, another issue, the last one, I wanted to talk on GBV cases. They are very rampant in Busia. And I've attended a number of stakeholders meeting with other like-minded people, and they have always wished that they get fund too, because so that they can put up a safe house, because these the women who are the women sometimes they lack justice, because after their injustice have been done to them, they have to return back home. So if you can get some safe house so that you can hold them temporarily, so that before justice is done to them. With that few remarks, we are really grateful, sir. Thank you.
Asante, tumpigie Jacqueline makofi, ameongea vizuri. Yes, my brother Okoth. Briefly, tafadhali.
Thank you so much, RC. Our CS, Honorable Kipchumba MURKOMEN, and all protocol observed. Amjambo. Bwana CS, I have some few issues to bring to your attention. One, sir, is allow me to thank you for the introduction of NGAPU, that is National Government Administration Police Unit, that was introduced by you and the ministry. The only request that we are putting across is to help it get operational, so that it can help us fight these illicit brews and any other illicit substance within our areas of jurisdiction. Sir, I would also want to put this to your attention, that if you go to Samia sub-county and Bunyala sub-county, those two sub-counties are categorized by TSC as hardship areas. But on Ngao, our team has not been recognized for that. So we humbly request you that you consider Bunyala and Samia's hardship, so that our officers can also get something out of it. Sir, I was so much happy when I went to KSG, when we met the president, you being there, and the president seriously talked so positively about Ngao, that there was a time he wanted the registration of farmers be done, and some consultant asked for a lot of money. But for Ngao, it was done within a month at a free cost. That tells you how important Ngao is. And the president went ahead and called Ngao machines, true wear machines. Sisi ni machine. Sir, at some point, machines also need to be oiled. I humbly request you that you can oil us through AIE. Nimesikia machifu wamesema uongeze kidogo. Hata sisi ACCs tunaomba uongeze kidogo, so that we can feel so much oiled. We get pain sometimes, sir, because we know and we understand sometimes politics runs the country. Tukisikia wengine wanasema Ngao is totally doing nothing, this unit should be scrapped off, it also scares us. So we humbly request you that with the help of His Excellency the President, let us retain Ngao. It is a very important unit within the government, because if you walk around, you'll find the offices written, Office of the President. Like my office is written, the Office of the President, but His Excellency the President has never entered into my office. So we represent him in those our areas of jurisdiction. So we humbly request you to help us retain this unit, because when it comes to even succession, it is our chiefs and the assistant chiefs and the ACCs who helps the public. Sisi ndio tunajua watu kwa ground. Mtu anaweza kuja aseme hii shamba ni yangu, babangu alikufa nataka hii shamba. Lakini without the chief and the assistant chief, we might end up giving land that does belong to those people. So we humbly request for that. And even it comes to ID and birth certificate issuance. Lastly, sir, in Nambale, where I come from, there's a division that had already been initiated, though it has not been operationalized. Through the CDF, the MP helpers, and an office has been put in place. There's no ACC. Imagine, sir, I cover 3 wards as an ACC for Nambale. It is so vast, and at times I find it so difficult because you all know that the ACCs don't have cars. And ile gari tuko nao na Nambale, Madam DC, I think will say it, tuko na gari mzee, ile tukitaka kuenda mali lazima tuite wananchi wakuja watusaidia kusukuma ndi ngurume, and at some point tunakwama huko kichakani. So in that sub-county tuko na shida ya gari. So we humbly request you, sir, to help us get a good car for Nambale sub-county. Thank you so much, sir.
Say your name.
My name is Okoth Wende, the Assistant County Commissioner, Nambale Division. Thank you, sir.
Asante Okoth kwa hayo machache. So tumeendelea vizuri kwa hiyo session. Kwa nimeita OCS kitambo kidogo. Na vile muda umeyoyoma, ukiitwa tafadhali useme kwa kifupi. OCS alikuwa ameambiwa ni gani atasema, anajijua.
Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Interior and National Coordination, Elder of the Order of the Golden Heart, Mr. Gilbert Masengeli, Chief of the Order of the Burning Spear, Moran of the Order of the Burning Spear, Order of Grand Warrior, Silver Star, Certified Fraud Examiner, all protocols observed. Wananchi, colleagues, good afternoon. As I stand here, my name is Chief Inspector Simon Kiptanui Kerich, currently OCS BUSIA Police Station. As the chairman of the BUSIA Staples or OCSS, I want to present the following agendas. 1, the challenge that we face, sir, is transportation. If I cite most of the police stations within our county, station commanders have vehicles which does not run fully. For example, the kind of motor vehicles we are being provided are Mahindras, which does not conform with the terrain. In fact, they are being taken for services on weekly basis or on 2 weekly nights. If we can be provided with this type of motor vehicle by the name Land Cruisers to all police stations, I want to believe, and I assure you, all station commanders will be able to promptly respond to crime incidents. Sir, in that connection, we have the Ngao people or officers, including the Nyumba Kumi and Good Samaritans, who may call us for their need of assistance. But then it will be very hard to respond promptly. But then if we are provided with these Land Cruisers, it can go all the way. Second agenda, red training. Because the DIG is here. Some time back, there used to be PTC, Provincial Training Centers. Sir, this issue of red training should be reactivated once again for all cadres, for all officers, so that they can better the delivery of services from time to time. In fact, the ability of knowledge passed from the training centers will be up to date in order for us to meet the center of excellences in our police stations. That agenda is communication gadgets. Currently, sir, along the borderline within BUSIA, remember the network sometimes is roaming. You cannot raise your colleague to respond to a crime. Instead, it takes a lot of time. But then if we have communication equipments so that you can raise your colleague for any eventuality, the better for us so that we can act and respond promptly. In that communication equipment, sir, we request airtime. If airtime can be captured in terms of monetary to the OCSs, not only in BUSIA County, but across the nation, the better for us as station commanders. The fourth agenda, sir, is about the authority to incur expenditure. Sir, we are privileged to be captured in that sector, but then it is insufficient for us in order to make sure our police stations are taken care of, either by painting of cells, painting of the police stations, issues of expenditure in terms of wiring. Remember, we get a lot of mishaps within the police stations, so that if we can be, if it is increased, then the better for us. But then I want to tell you that there are some police stations who are not captured with the AIs. So we beg that them be captured so that we can all prevail or swim on the same boat. The fifth agenda is about housing. Housing, sir, if housing can be constructed within and around police stations, for us to respond and to have officers within reach, the better for us. We are privileged to have land, some of the police stations. If those police stations can cater housing, the better for our officers and for our seniors, in case we need to have an issue so that we can reach out to members of the public. There are 60 agendas, sir, of which I may say we are thankful to the government of Kenya for giving us that opportunity. But then, in your presence, we have officers, as you have said, who are due to retire at the ages of 55 years, 56. And in your own wisdom, you have said they should move from that rank to the next rank. I beg to say this. I have one officer who is 56 years, a working hard officer. In front of these officers, if you may promote him to the rank of a corporal, so that these officers can believe in you, and I believe the county commander has the name of that officer, we shall be grateful. In line with that, we still have graduate serving officers over 10 years. Their degree might even sink below the door. Our organization to look into through you. Finally, I want to say thank you. God bless you. Welcome back again. We are working with the BUSIA County personnel, members of the public. We have good bravo, and we expect to extend the same in the near future. For the political class, I have no problem for now, but I'm still 3 months old. I don't know, but we reckon them and I will respect them. Thank you, sir.
Tumikie OCS makofi. Thank you, amenena vizuri. Na namjua DIG vizuri sana. Thank you. That was very impressive. So sasa hizi tujipatia nafasi kidogo tusikie watu wanaitwa traffic. Kuna nafasi ya one traffic base commander kusema kitu. Na anajijua pia. Hakuna? Because yes, a base commander who was to get an opportunity. Is it is you? Tafadhali. So tukimaliza na base commander na vile tunaendelea tukielekea huko. As a senior officer, you be very brief. Then very brief. Kiterasa.
Our guest of honor, Honorable Kipchumba MURKOMEN, our DIG, Administration of Police Service, Mr. Gilbert Masengeli, all senior officers, all protocols observed, good afternoon. My name is Daniel Ntimama Lolmodoni, currently base commander BUSIA. I am barely 2 months old here, but I have seen the good image of BUSIA County. Sir, I would like to be very brief, and on behalf of the BUSIA and all BUSIA bases, I would like to talk about 3 issues. One is the issue of mobility. None of the BUSIA base has a vehicle. None. When you see in particularly BUSIA and Malaba, we have very long queues. In fact, we are very lucky today that there was no queue. But I'm sure from tomorrow, mostly Thursdays and weekends, we have very long queues, sir. So we'll have to have a vehicle so that we can patrol these queues at night. For Malaba, it can go up to 25 kilometers. For BUSIA, I can have around 13 kilometers. Another issue is road expansion. If this road can be expanded so that the trucks can have at least, so that these trucks can have their own side of, so that they cannot interfere with the normal flow of traffic. So if those roads are expanded, traffic flow in BUSIA County will be in a good situation. Another issue, sir, is the issue of God, mobility. Yes, sir. So, yes, sir. The other issue, sir, is about our custom. I was about to forget a very important point. Our custom, sir. Mostly from the Ugandan side. Sir, if you can talk with them, because in my 2 months stay here, I have done my own analysis. The time taken to scan a tanker, a fuel tanker, is from 2 to 5 minutes, which takes a maximum of 5 minutes. And the time taken to scan a container is a minimum of 1 hour. And these vehicles use just a single scanner. If we can have 2 scanners, one scanner for the tankers and the other scanner for the containers, I assure you we will not have these long queues in BUSIA. Without much ado, sir, that's what I wish to present. And we thank you, sir, so much. We feel now that the leadership of the National Police Service is well catered for, and you have brought the service to the ground. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Asante kwa hayo. So saizi tunataka tumuite sijui, I don't know whether it was a rich sub-county AP commander mmoja wao. Sub-county AP commander from any of the sub-counties in BUSIA. Tafadhali njoo kwa haraka. Baada huyo tutamuita OSPD ajitayarishe. From that one tutafuta mtu wa DCI kutoka kwa any of the sub-counties. Na vile nilisema tunaenda tukipunguza ule wakati tunatumia kusema. Lakini karibu.
Our chief guest today, CS Interior and National Administration, Honorable Onesmus Kipchumba MURKOMEN, EGH, Sir Gilbert Masengeli, CBS, OGW, SS, Deputy Inspector General, Administration Police, Regional Security Team, all protocols observed. Sir, we are much delighted to have you today here in Busia. It has been long overdue. Today I stand here before you with deep respect for the men and women in uniform who sacrifice daily to keep our country safe. Our police officers are the backbone of the security, the first response in time of crisis, and the guardians of peace along our border. I also know that beyond the badge and uniform, we are human beings, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, who needs to feel appreciated, supported, and fairly rewarded for our service. Sir, morale and salary increment that we received recently had actually and seriously boosted our officers, and more so for those who also had a job group ahead. So there are much that have been said that I don't want to repeat, but I'll take this opportunity to request you more sincerely to also consider our officers who are working with the customs officers and immigration to be in your own consideration, prudently review their lunches allowance that has taken too long for adjustment. It will greatly improve their morale. A security border is foundation of safety for us, Busia. So I'll be jumpy because there I don't want to repeat what the others have said. Sir, it has been mentioned with the ACC Nambale, I think, and I also plead that the officers, there are officers that are being paid risk allowance at Samia and Budalangi, and some corporates are also enjoying the same. It is my humble request, sir, that you also consider our officers who work at Samia and Budalangi. So you've talked about promotions that has been also captured well. Sir, this one thing that is repeatedly being said, but I want to put it clear that, sir, with the development projects of the national government and some development projects of the county government, all roads within Busia County are graded and they are smoothly operational. Sir, these roads are connecting our border country, that is Eastern Uganda, directly, and the border is so porous. Sir, the illegal border business that is happening around is nowadays upgrade. They are no longer using human. Sir, they are using vehicles. And the vehicles that they are using, without us being with the vehicles and enough fuel to counter this vice, it will be so much difficult to win in this vice, since that they are using fast moving vehicles and we have very few vehicles that are operational. So, sir, if only one sneaks and reach other places within the country, you'll hear it very loud. In conclusion, sir, I'll still plead that due to integration of administration police to Kenya Police Service, sir, we are very few that we cannot cope most of our assignment. This forces our officers to operate within 24 hours, even without rest. Sir, it's necessary remedially and is urgently required that you address this. Finally, sir, it has been said that, and it's also in our SSO, that those officers that are within 55 years and above should be considered to transfer in the near sub-counties or counties so that they can get prepared and intermingle with their communities. They assimilate themselves with their society as they approach retirement. Also, we request this deployment to be effected in the month of December, so it enable them to organize their families well. Thank you so much, sir.
Asante Komanda kwa hayo. Tupige makofi, ameongea vizuri. Toka hapo tunataka tuone company commander, GSU company commander tafadhali. Then baada ya hiyo kutakuwa ndio ile OSPD. Kama unajua OSPD ni wewe utasema, na OSPD DCI tafadhali.
Sir, Mr. or Honorable Kipchumba MURKOMEN, who is also my neighbor from Rift Valley. I'm facing you from the other side. My boss, my friend, whom we work together in Meru, in Eastern Region, Mr. Amasengeli, our DIG, our governor, our all protocols established. Good afternoon. From General Service Unit, I will not say much. I'm just 2 months old in this region. Sir, most of the challenges General Service Units are facing, we channel them through the Commandant GSU, through the staff officers, and that is why every time in your office you receive the challenges we face. However, there is some challenges that you may not ask our commandant, who is an honorable commandant. There is some challenges that you cannot address, like the accessibility of our camps. So I am the commander of GSU in this region, but where we are residing, sir, is not accessible, especially when there is rain. Sir, I did not say my name. My name is Thomas Chelimo Gipkulei. I'm sorry, I've forgotten that. Sir, from that area, the peak of Mount Elgon, where we are residing, there is a lot of threat of cattle bustling, and even the one I had my regional committee, security teams and sub-county talking about the contraband and other crimes. So for us to access the road to discharge our mandate is a challenge. I don't know whether we have the CDF that are mandated to repair the roads, or as the governor has any fee or money that he may use to correct the road. But let me not dwell on that. I saw also at the peak of Mount Elgon, where the base camp, where I command the whole region, we have extreme weather. It may go beyond even 10 or 5 degrees centigrade. And the houses we are living there is uni huts. I beg I'm requesting your officer that we may consider such a base camps that are established by, and they have the permanent camps for GSU that has title deeds and have also the established camps that are base camps be given a permanent structure so as they have a good place for them to reside. Lastly, sir, where we are in the peak of Mount Elgon also, we have a lot of agricultural activities going on, and those people are feeding Bungoma County and other counties because there is rain from January to January mostly, and they produce all sorts of agricultural products, and the president himself did good by giving them the subsidized fertilizers. That's why those people are doing their farming every day. Lastly, sir, I want to appreciate our boss, Mr. Gilbert Masengeli. So I wish to know you could show me where you come from here so that I visit your home, or I post some GSU officers there, because you've boosted the morale of our officers. Even today, you did something on our officers, on quarter guard and general service unit officers who are manning this place. I'm happy today to report to my boss that, sir, today we have 2 section commanders amongst ourselves. So, sir, may God bless you as you go back. Tell our IG we are ready, and may God bless you.
Asante, tumpigie komanda makofi, ameongea vizuri. OSPD, tafadhali kwa kifupi, anasema points peke yake.
Good afternoon, sir. Our CS, who is also our guest of honor for today, sir, Mr. MURKOMEN, and your entourage, sir. My name is Yuni Nyanja. I'm the Sub-County Police Commander Butler. I'm here to represent the OCPDs from BUSIA. I'm also the chair of OCPDs in BUSIA County, sir. As earlier on enumerated, BUSIA has 8 sub-counties, and the approach that we embrace is a multi-agency approach, sir. That is what has kept us moving, because a multi-agency approach is the most effective method of handling emerging issues. It minimizes the perception of corruption, enhances accountability, and encourages unilateral decision-making. We have an issue that I've observed, and we have observed as a sub-county police commander, sir. There is an emerging issue of political goons. There is an increasing incidences of politicians failing to abide by the rule of law, resorting to using of guns. Leaders are urged to set the right example and condemn this trend. The guns have advanced into acquiring uniforms, making it difficult to differentiate between the law enforcement, and this might turn our country into a militia country. Sir, I was privileged some time back to have worked in South Sudan, where there is no rule of law. If we go as per what is going on, the way the political class is going, we're going to lose this country, sir. We have an issue of illicit brews. There is a retrogressive culture of the community in BUSIA County. In some counties, illicit brew has become deeply ingrained, with functions perceived as incomplete without it, sir. We have also the cross-border trade in Bangi, illicit brew, busa, changa, legalized and cultivated in Uganda. This worsens the situation, making it hard to curb the vice, sir. We are doing continuous crackdown to curb that, sir. We have the cultural social challenges, that is the disco matanga, and so many children are getting lost into this disco matanga issue. Though a culture practice, it often escalates into insecurity and social disorder. Leaders must sensitize citizens on its negative aftermath. We have also the issue of porous border menace, proliferation of counterfeit goods, contraband, and human trafficking facilitated by unregulated borders. We also have motor vehicle theft through the porous border to Uganda and vice. I can cite one incident that what we have done, we are collaborating with the Ugandan and the security team between BUSIA and Uganda. There is a time a border was stolen, and we collaborated with the Uganda, and we managed to recover that border, sir. So we are also intensifying patrol on the routes so that we curb that menace, sir. In terms of challenges, sir, we have mobility challenge. In the sub-counties, only 2 sub-counties have vehicles. The rest 8 don't have, sub-county police commanders don't have vehicles, sir. And it's really a challenge because as much as we want to do foot patrol, sir, it's not possible to move around the entire place on foot. So it's there is need, sir, to be facilitated with motor vehicle. The issue that has also been talked about, AIs, we request that it be enhanced, sir, and then there is one sub-county, TESO, that does not have AIE, TESO Central, sir. The OCPD does not have an AIE at all, sir. In terms of deployment, there is understrength that has been brought about by maybe I think because there has not been recruitment for the last 3 years. So there is really understrength in terms of personnel, sir. And on personnel, I wish, sir, to request if we can go back. We appreciate that we were given that opportunity of living outside the police line, sir, but it's coming a challenge when it comes to operations because you cannot get officers at a centralized place. If we can have houses built in a camp so that when we need a quick response, we are able to get our officers in time, sir. In those challenges, I think that is all, sir. I want to appreciate the motivation that you gave officers last month, and I request that if it can be done annually, sir, we will appreciate. And lastly, sir, I think I want also to appreciate you because in my 33 years of service, sir, I've not been in such a forum, and it's one of its kind, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Tumuongeze makofi, amesema vizuri. Very good. Sasa tunataka tuongeleshwe na commander wa Kenya Coast Guard Services, tafadhali. Then baada yake kutakuwa na officer wetu wa prison, mtu wa DCI. Karibu.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm here on behalf of our DG, Mr. Shiozo. He would have wished to be on the ground with you, sir, but he was held up with the issue of Shiozo in Mombasa. So he has sent me here to represent him. On the onset, I would like to say, sir, Kenya Coast Guard Service is the enabler of the blue economy, which currently is being pursued seriously by the government. And to enable us do that, we require quite a number of items, which I'm proud to say that we have completed the processes, and very soon you will see them in your offices. One is on terms of equipment. And when I say equipment, I mean ships and boats. So that one is somewhere around your office. Only what we request is for facilitation through the government for them to be acquired. The type of equipment that we currently use is what was given to us mainly by the Marine Police unit, which was disbanded and observed in were below the operational capacity that is needed by Kenya Coast Guard Service. It is hardly 6 years old now, so it has come in with no equipment, no infrastructure, no surveillance systems. When we took over 8 stations from the Marine Police unit. Now we have expanded by 3, and we have, along the period, we've managed to construct stations in 3 of them. One is Port Victoria, where the MP of the area, Mr. Wanjala, he played a very big role in us getting that land. So we really appreciate his input. We have a small challenge. We were meant to finish that station by April this year. And we could have been very happy, sir, to invite you and your team, including Mr. Wanjala, to come and open. We got a small challenge with the contractor who was there. He suddenly disappeared along the way. So he left some little job to be done. And the work which we had started was phase 1. Now, there is some few jobs to be completed in phase 1. What the contractor had done is almost 85, 90%. So we have little jobs to do for phase 1. And then we would wish, so we combine it with the phase 2 works so that the station is habitable. We've managed to, we are in the process of finishing phase 2 in Baringo station. And then I think before end of September, our askaris will be in. We also managed to finish phase 1 in Mbita. And we already have our personnel in it. So we are pushing the 2. We have done the processes of establishing one in a place called Sori. That is Nyatike West in Migori. And all the BQs are out. You assist us, we'll advertise the same. And we have also gotten land in Loarengak, that is in Turkana County. We also have land in Illired. I was there 2 weeks ago, and the community has allocated us land. Our request is to assist us to build them. Coming to the personnel, Kenya Coast Guard Service is established for 1,400 plus personnel. But presently, we have a manning level of around 350, which is way, way down. Even though I will not say those were the Coast Guard personnel. The team which was brought in was to put in the infrastructure to enable Coast Guard to be able to recruit its own personnel. With that, the issue of being enabled to recruit, we have finished that. It is now being handled by SRC. PSC already approved it. It is in the tail end with the SRC. So we also require eyes to be able to see far. Currently, the mandate of Kenya Coast Guard Service is restricted to 24 nautical miles. That is roughly 30 kilometers. And as being the enabler of the blue economy, resources are stretched way beyond, up to the EEZ. I'm happy, sir, to report to you that we identified the surveillance system that can enable us to see beyond the EEZ, close to 400 kilometers deep into the sea. So we will request that you push through for us so that we can be able to attain our mandate with no problems. With that, sir, I would like to end my brief. Maybe other issues may come during questions and answers, and we'll tackle them. Thank you very much, sir.
Asante, tumuongeze makofi, amesema vizuri. Ofisa wa Kenya Prison Service, na tafadhali kwa kifupi, in brief. Karibu.
Our CS Interior, Honorable MURKOMEN, allow me to ride on the already established protocol in the interest of time. Busia County has 2 prisons. There's a women prison and the main prison, and as such, I also double as the commander of Busia prisons. So as of today, we had 660 inmates from the male prison and 30 inmates from the female. From the male side, we have about 300 remandees. And that prison was meant to contain around 300 only. So we are double the number. So it goes without saying that congestion is an issue. And most of the remandees, though they have, okay, fine. So our main business is containment and safe custody of offenders. A job we are doing well because from the beginning of this year, we've not had any case of escapees. Last year we had one of a petty offender, but we're still pursuing the escapee. A challenge that I would wish to raise, because every time we talk about Busia, we're talking about a border town. We normally have foreign offenders, and these people are supposed to be repatriated after completion of their sentence. I've had a challenge with the immigration department, because after completion of the sentence, I'm supposed to hand them over for repatriation. But the immigration are not facilitated for the repatriation, because whenever you take them there, they have an issue in picking them. So if that would be addressed, I think we'd not have so many issues. Before the CC stands up, I'm done. Thank you so much.
Asante kwa kutia amri. Thank you very much for being brief. Deputy County Commissioner, tafadhali. IDS. Nani alikuwa aseme kwa niaba ya Deputy County Commissioners? Sorry, kidogo Caroline. Just wait briefly. DCI, tafadhali. Who has to talk? Yes, please. I'm sorry, I called you, then called somebody else. Then after that, Caroline, please be ready. Karibu. Sorry.
Our guest of honor today, Honorable Waziri Sir, and riding on the protocol already established. My name is Frederick Baraza, Chief Inspector of Police, and serving as a Sub-County Criminal Investigation Officer of Teso South Sub-County. So, I'm standing here to represent my fellow DCIOs, raising some few concerns that would also wished them to be looked into. Sir, we thank you for mounting of capacity building courses. However, we request that more of these courses be mounted to equip the officers with enough knowledge in curbing the ever mutating crimes. However, when the same is done, sir, would like that the same to be done in fairness, so that we don't have cases where we have a single officer attending several of these courses and other officers not having even gone through the basic crime investigation course. Sir, there was also a concern on transfers We appreciate that transfer is normal in the course of our duties. However, we have had cases where an officer is transferred from a border point to a border point. That is close to 1,000 or rather 500 to 1,000 kilometers away. So I would request that when transfers are done, sir, it should be within, it shouldn't be that too, too wide area. It also, it becomes a long toll to the officers. For instance, an officer being transferred from Sambweni to Busia border point. So would request that if he is considered to be transferred along, even the next neighboring region, it will be okay. Yes? No, not really, sir. Yeah. Sir, we appreciate the robust equipping of forensic laboratory at DCI headquarters. However, it is the view of my colleagues that the same can be devolved, if not to regions, but to major towns like Kisumu and Mombasa. We say this in appreciation of the government chemist. We have one in Kisumu and Mombasa. How I wish other services that are done at our main forensic laboratory can be devolved within time. It is a long-term process though, but it is important that it is put into consideration. And this site will save on resources because most often we have to travel to Nairobi to take samples, and maybe you again go check, the samples are not yet ready, you'll again go, so it will be a save on the resources. Sir, another challenge is a common challenge of transportation. We only have 3 sub-counties that have motor vehicles. Unfortunately, the rest do not have. And we are at the border point, and it is akin to a gate. We are now like the guards who are deployed at the gate. And when we are not well equipped, it becomes problematic in executing our duties. The same also applies to acute shortage of personnel. Yes. Then it is also desirable that officers who have medical conditions to be considered on promotions. The current promotion procedures, we found out that it is not fair because it requires a procedure like matching towards the board, and some of these officers are disadvantaged with that. And also, we request that those with these conditions be deployed to their home sub-counties. A case in point, we have an officer in DCI Butula who is on wheelchair, and we request that if he's deployed to even his home station, it will be of good help to him so that he can actually get assistance from his family members. So on, also I'll talk briefly on the fuel. Site is not enough. Operating on 15 liters per day on fuel is not enough. And it is also a prayer from my fellow DCIOs that they be considered to a promotion, for a promotion to a rank of ASPs. Majority of them are chief inspectors, so that it gaps that disparity between them and the sub-county police commander. And thank you so much.
Asante, tupigie makofi, mmeongea vizuri. So saizi nataka tutayarishe hapa, at least imekaribia yule wakati wetu wananchi. Nataka tuanze kujitayarisha. Na vile tu wengine wako mbali sana, tukikutafuta kama tutakuita na utasema utakaribia hapa. Kutatangulia kabla Deputy County Commissioner akuje, kama kuna president wa Alupe University. Yuko? Prezo wako? President wa Alupe University, tafadhali baada ya Deputy County Commissioner itakuwa ni wewe. Tafadhali karibia hapa. Wale ambao watapata nafasi ya kuongea, tafadhali pia tuseme kwa kifupi sana. Mtu akiextend kidogo tunazima mic. So, Deputy County Commissioner, who is the Deputy County Commissioner? Oh, Caroline, please. So, tukimalizana huyo, tutakuwa na mtu anaitwa Okia Crispanas, ambaye ni Peace Committee member. Nataka akaribia hapa pia. Tukimaliza huyo, kwa niaba ya kina mama, tutaongeleshwa pena na mtu anaitwa Maureen Oyondi. Pia akaribia huko.
Thank you, sir. Our CS guest of honor today and your entourage, elected leaders of BUSIA, fellow civil servants and all our stakeholders, good afternoon. Sir, my name is Caroline Onchoka. I am a senior deputy county commissioner in charge of Nambale. And my colleagues have covered most of our areas, but I have one thing, sir, I want to appreciate you for your leadership in the Ministry of Interior and National Administration for initiating Jukwaa la Usalama. Sir, in the setup of the army, you are our general, and we are your foot soldiers. When you come and see the foot soldiers, there will be a lot of motivation. So I assure you, we are motivated, and we assure you, on behalf of my colleagues, we will work harder to make sure that we give services to the people of Kenya in this side of Nambale, of Busia. Sir, we are grateful for the leased vehicles you've given us. It has done a lot of good work in our sub-counties. However, some of us do not have those vehicles, and those vehicles, we are treated the same with our colleagues who are having leased vehicles. And we were left with the vehicle that was not returned, the Ford Ranger, where it needs a lot of money to run it, and you are given just the same as our colleagues. So, sir, those of us who do not have, we share the same feelings all over the country. We are struggling. Those vehicles are getting too old, and nobody, the money to service it is not enough. We pray that, sir, we be considered. We are children of one home. We should be treated the same. Number two, sir, on infrastructure, some of us, we don't have offices. Our offices are small. We inherited the colonial chief's offices, and we are not able to accommodate all the staff. So some of our staff are accommodated on diaspora offices for other departments. So we are struggling. We are not able to give proper services the way we are required. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. May God bless you. Thank you so much.
Asante Caroline for being short and to the point. Now, I had asked Okia Crispanas, you are here. Karibu. Na tukisema kifupi kifupi. Kwa kifupi. Kwa kifupi.
Our CS, I'm Okia Crispinus, a peace member from Samia Sub-County of Funyula Division. I'm here to present my views on peace. Actually, for peaceful coexistence on the ground, we have the structure that helps in ensuring it works. We have the nyumba kumis in our areas. We have the village elders. We have the assistant chiefs, the chiefs up to the highest level. And we need also proper coordination between our security agents and the entire Ngao system to curb these issues of mushrooming gangs. Although crimes will always be there, but what matters is how well our people are informed to report the latter. And also, about the welfare of our village elders, sometimes back around April, we were in a meeting at the regional commissioner's place and discussed about the welfare of the elders. How I wish and humbly request that the government considered them in a honorarian way, because they play a very crucial part in assisting matters of peace, security, reach the assistant chief and the chiefs up to the highest level. Sir, I really appreciate. Thank you so much for honoring me with this session. Thank you so much.
Very good. Asante sana. Najua kifupi ni kifupi, sio? So apigwe makofi kwa sababu hiyo. Okay, the invited who else? Karibu madam. Pia kwa kifupi. Karibu.
Our honorable CS, all honorables present, all protocol observed. My name is Maureen Ayodi. I am the executive director of a CSO here in Busia called Baridi kwa Baridi Women CBO. I am also the national secretary of Women in Peace, Security, Mediation Network, a creation of National Steering Committee on Peace Building and Conflict Management. I'll be very brief because most of the things I wanted to talk about have been addressed, but I'll say this. A wise person once said, it is better to have a country to die for rather than have none to live for. So saying that, I mean, the issues to do with peace needs to be intentional. When we are talking about peace, let's be intentional about maintaining peace, protecting peace, guarding our peace, and therefore it means budgeting for our peace. I'm saying that because here in Busia, we have the county peace committee and also the sub-county peace committees. They were created, they have never been budgeted for by the government, and therefore running the peace committees becomes so difficult. And that is the only avenue where the civilians and the security teams meet to discuss about matters to do with peace and security. So it's my humble appeal, if these committees can be funded, if these committees can be budgeted for, so that when you are meeting to discuss about peace issues between security and civilians, we have an ample time. Also on the same note, we also have the county engagement forums that are dealing with the prevention and countering violent extremism. Again, it's a creation of the states, again, that is not funded. We rely heavily on the CSOs to fund these county engagement forums. So we are humbly appealing to your office to actually be intentional about funding these activities. I also want to say this, at the police station, we have a CPU, a child protection unit, that again, beautiful facilities, but not funded. We are praying if we can have even a social worker seconded to work in that child protection unit, so that when we send our children there, or when the children come there for the services, there's somebody to take care of them apart from the police. And lastly, I want to talk about here in Matayo sub-county, the president was kind enough to fund a grain storage and drying facility. Upon request, we have a grain storage here in Matayos, funded by the president and the government of Kenya. This was to help to help us, those ones from these sides going all the way from Malaba to get fertilizers and foodstuffs. So we are praying, because the government has invested a lot in that facility, can we have a police post at that center? Because that is a facility that has costed a lot of millions. We pray that we can have a police post there to protect the facility and also the people around that place. I'm here also in my own capacity, also representing the CSO network of Busia County. I don't know if they'll be given an opportunity to talk, but remember us also, because we are doing a lot of work complementing what the government is doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that brief speech. Okay, now, wacha tusikie Gen Z kidogo. President, karibu. Tafadhali kwa kifupi.
Honorable CS, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Being that I'm a teacher of chemistry physics, I will be talking on issues regarding comrades of Alupe University. Last year during our graduation, our second graduation, the county governor of Busia County promised to issue us with security lights. I know the governor is here with us, and very soon he will do as he promised. As we are in government that is working on things that are practicable and doable, the Excellency President William Samoei Ruto promised us last year to build for us a story hostel, and the construction is ongoing. Let us clap for the President for having done that for us. Another thing that I would wish to ask the interior security is about the security personnel that we are in border. The university is located in border. And let me congratulate the police officer, the OCS Adungosi, the sub-chief and the chief around Alupe University for having been collaborated with student organization to ensure that the security issues is well organized. Thank you, and thank you all.
Very good. Thank you for talking in short. Apigwe makofi tena. Sasa namuomba huyu ndugu wetu ambaye ni mlemavu. Jensini mimi, asante. Karibu. Tunaomba tumsikize ndugu yetu hapa. Nani iko maiki nyingine? Njoo mpaka hapo. We have a brother who is representing people who are physically challenged. Father, enda hapo mbele kidogo. Hapa maiki. Halafu kisha akimaliza tunataka watu wa border, no sio border, beach management unit tafadhali kuja hapa.
Mheshimiwa wetu Bwana MURKOMEN na Mheshimiwa Gavana wetu Bwana Otoma na MCS wote na wananchi wa Busia, hamjambo. Mimi kwa majina ni Linus Wesonga kutoka Butula. Niko upande wa ulemavu. Na ningeomba upande wa ulemavu security. Kama security upande wa ulemavu saa zingine inakuwa na challenge kabisa. Kwa ajili unaweza kuwa umeenda safari, masaa imeisha, na ukienda kwa gari unaambiwa nafasi hakuna. Na kitambo utembee upate mahali utaenda ujisaidie, inakuwa ni shida. Alafu upande wa walemavu sana sana kufikia mahali kama umesaidia upande, kama uko na mke na familia yako kwa boma, upande wa kusaidia hao familia ni challenge. Wengine tunapeleka watoto shule na hao watoto kufaulu tu kupata mahali nafasi inakuwa ni ngumu. Kwa ajili ukienda mahali kwa ofisi unadharauliwa, utakani uongee hapa, utaongea nini? Sasa unajieleza mpaka unashindwa. Tuko Kenya yetu hii ama niko wapi? Kama mimi Bwana MURKOMEN niko na watoto nimepeleka shule. Mwingine ni wa university, mwingine msichana alifanya ualimu, mwingine amejaribu kijana mara 7 kwa kwenda recruitment. Imekuwa ni ngumu. Sasa juzi aliingia NYS. Kurudi aliniambia, mzee, mimi nilikuwa nataka mahali naweza enda hata kulala kwa msituni nikingoja Al-Shabaab. Lakini pale sioni vitu kama hiyo ikitendeka. Sasa mimi naomba hivi, kwa hii maboma nyingi sana Kenya hii, tuwe na kitu ya wale wa kusunguka wakiangalia hizo maboma ya walemavu iko namna gani. Sasa hii recruitment yenye inakuja, naomba walimu aingie, ya askari aingie, na ukiwa na masengele hapa, mtoto wa nyumbani, na namba yangu nataka nikipiga tu mnipe yenye, nikipiga kama nimekwama napata usaidizi.
Nashukuru.
Na hayo.
Thank you. Apige makofi, chukua hii kifaa. Sasa tutamsikiza Beach Management Unit. Baada ya hiyo tutamsikiza Clearing and Forwarding, kisha hawa wazee wa mtaa Sylvester Oduori, Wilmina Msuba. Mkaribia hapa tafadhali. Najitanguliza kwa jina.
Okay. Our guest of honor, CS Kipchumba Murkomen, DIG, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Kwa majina naitwa Vincent Omore. I'm the chairman Beach Management Unit of Osieko, and Osieko is where Busia is starting. I'm also representing Sylvester Kaiwa, the BMU network chair, ambaye hayuko pamoja na sisi. Bwana CS, nimesimama hapa kwa niaba ya beach 20 ambazo ziko katika kaunti yetu ya Busia. Na kwanza nataka kushukuru you coming up with this initiative. I am privileged as a fisherman to interact with you one-on-one to articulate the issues that are affecting us as fishermen together with the DIG. Lake Victoria is a shared resource for the 3 states. Na ilikuwa ni mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba sisi sote tutatumia hili ziwa. But tumepitia changamoto nyingi sana. Nashukuru viongozi wetu ambao wameweza kupiga kelele kuona ya kwamba usalama wa wavuvi umetekelezwa. Hasa Mheshimiwa Rafael Wanjala wakati aliingia bunge, hayo ni mambo ambayo alikuwa akipigia kelele kila uchao kwamba wavuvi wetu wawe na usalama. Na shida ambayo tuko nayo, officers wa Uganda wangali wanatusumbua. Wanasumbua wavuvi. Kutengeneza boti, ununue engine, uweke nyavu is a $500,000. Na inafika wakati tunapokuwa ndani ya ziwa, kuna levies tunatoa ambazo are unaccounted for. Sababu hizi pesa tunapeana na kuna receipt. So we are pleading kwamba Fisheries Department pamoja na security inafanya kazi pamoja. Nataka kushukuru idara yetu ya Coast Guard. They have been on a call, especially wale ambao wako stationed Sumba. Sergeant Orinyo, huyo ni askari ambayo is on a call, ukimpigia simu ataitika. So security inaanza na mimi na wewe. Ningeomba maofficers wetu ambao wako hapa tuweze kushirikiana. There are many lapses. Unajua kuna vitu zingine ambazo nyinyi kama maofisa wa usalama hamwezi mkaona immediately. Lakini sisi ambao ni raia tuna interact nazo. But when we make calls, tafadhali muitike na muweze kurespond. So nilikuwa nikiomba CS kwamba vile mkubwa wa Coast Guard amesema hiyo equipment na kuweka facility ya Sumba iwe active, iweze kufanywa kwa haraka kama inawezekana. Kwa sababu kuna gap. Unaona ya kwamba Coast Guard tuko nao hapa Port Victoria tena mpaka Mbita. Hapa katikati unaona kuna shida. Jambo lingine ambalo pia ningependa niweze kupata jawabu ni kwamba saa zingine tunaweza pigia Coast Guard simu na wawe hawako karibu. wale maofisa wengine wa polisi wanaweza kuingilia kati kusaidia, kwa sababu kwa security hakuna gap. Lakini saa zingine tunapowaendea tunaambiwa kwa ziwa ni Coast Guard peke yake. So saa zingine hapo pia tunapata mianya ya uhalifu kuweza kutendeka. Jambo lingine ni kwamba kuna harmonization ya fisheries policies and regulations to all East African states. Nashukuru rais wetu aliweza kukaa na rais wa Uganda kuweza kuweka mikakati kwamba tuweze kuwa na leseni moja. Hilo ni jambo ambalo linaweza kutusaidia. So naomba tu viongozi wetu ambao mko hapa tuweze kuona ya kwamba jambo hilo limefuatiliwa na pia liweze kutekelezwa jinsi ambavyo inastahili. Kwa sababu pesa ambazo tunatoa ni mingi. Mvuvi anatumia shilingi 50,000 ndiposa aenda vue huko. So inaleta changamoto, na unapata ya kwamba wavuvi wengi wameinika a lot of loans kuona ya kwamba waweze pia kusaidika kutekeleza wajibu wao. Jambo la tatu, tumekuwa na cross border meetings pamoja na our neighbors from Uganda, na hii imetekelezwa na DCC, especially wa Bunyala ameweza kufanya hiyo. So nilikuwa naomba ya kwamba saa zingine tunafikia upungufu, kama hizi meetings zinaweza pia kuwa facilitated na serikali yetu, inaweza kutusaidia kwa sababu zime generate some fruits. Wale Waganda ambao wavuvi wa Kenya ambao walikuwa wakishikwa Uganda kila mara kupelekwa kotini, saa hizi imepunguka kwa sababu ya hiyo harmonization. So tunaomba ya kwamba mikakati kama hiyo inapowekwa pia tuone ya kwamba inaweza kusaidia. Mwisho, kumekuwa na issue ya national na county government, kumekuwa na conflict especially on fisheries sector. Najua ya kwamba fisheries is devolved, lakini saa zingine wavuvi wetu wanaambiwa wakati ile license ya national na pia license ya county, so atuelewi which is which. So ni vizuri pia wakati mnapokutana wavuvi waweze kujua ya kwamba ni leseni gani ambao wanafaa wachukue na wafanyie kazi. Mwisho, Bwana CS, mimi natoka place inaitwa Usieko. Na Usieko geographically police station yangu ni Port Victoria. Ndiposa nitoke Usieko nikuje Port Victoria inabidi niende Bondo, nirudi Siaya ndio nikuje. Nilikuwa nikiomba ya kwamba if we can have an engine boat pale Usieko iweze kusaidia pia mambo na kurahisisha, kwa sababu ukitoka Usieko mpaka Port Victoria na engine is 30 minutes. So inaweza pia kurahisisha mambo, kwa sababu maofisa wetu wakati tunapowapelekea mambo na insecurity issues, anaangalia huyu mabusu nitapeleka port saa ngapi. So inatuletea changamoto sisi pia kama viongozi wa hiyo beach, tuone ya kwamba tunasaidia. Shida ambayo pia inatokezea, unajua sasa shida, sisi ndio tulikuwa na shida sana Masinani. Nitaomba tu dakika moja. Wakati tunapeana report kwa maafisa wetu wa usalama, unajua kwa beach kuna changamoto nyingi sana bwana CS. Kuna ukora mingi, kuna mambo na insecurity mingi sana. Lakini sasa kama hatuwezi tukashikamana na viongozi wetu wa security, saa zingine wanafanya tunachoka. There was an issue whereby kuna mtu amepatikana kwa eneo langu akiwa na mtoto wa shule. Mtoto wa shule ambaye anafaa ende kwa shule. Mimi kama chairman wa beach nashika huyu mtu napeleka kwa polisi. Kesho yake naona huyu mtu akirudi. Inanipatia nguvu. So lazima tusimame imara, na lazima pia tusemezane ukweli, tuweze kuona ya kwamba tunalinda usalama wa watoto wetu, kwa sababu hawa ndio viongozi wa kesho. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Asante. That was Beach Management Unit representative. Ameongea kwa kirefu sababu kupata bahari, samaki baharini haikuangi ni rahisi sana. Haya, karibu. Kwa kifupi, boda boda. Kwa kifupi tafadhali.
Asante sana. Nikizingatia itifaki iliyowekwa, Mheshimiwa Waziri, kwa majina naitwa Boniface Okumu, nikiwa mwenyekiti wa bodaboda kaunti ya Busia, na nikiwa mwenyekiti wa bodaboda kaunti ya Busia ninawakilisha bodaboda zaidi ya 1030. Kwa sababu ya muda waziri, mimi nina mambo matatu tu. Na jambo la kwanza, wacha nianze kwa kushukuru. Kwa sababu hapa tumekuja kutoa changamoto zetu, na ninafikiri ni muhimu pia hata sisi tunapeana credit mahali inafaa. Nataka kuanza kwa kushukuru Bwana Regional Commissioner kwa kuona na kutushirikisha katika maneno ya usalama. Saa hizi tunapozungumza huwa tunafanya mkutano kule Kakamega ikikuwa chaired na Regional Commissioner Bwana Masharia, na hapo ndio huwa tunapata nafasi nzuri ya pia kumwambia yale security personnel wanafanya hapa. Na mimi nataka nikushukuru kwa sababu yale maneno yote tumekuwa tukikuambia umekuwa ukiyashughulikia. Asante sana. Jambo la pili, Mheshimiwa, nataka kusema kwamba hawa watu wa bodaboda hawataki maneno mengi. Ile kitu wanataka tu ni sensitization, capacity building na engagement. And I want to report it to you today, Bwana Waziri, ya kwamba kwa haya maandamano ambayo yamekuwa juzi, Busia is the only county that never participated in such form of demonstrations. And for that reason, mimi tunasema asante. Na kwa sababu ya ushirikiano ambayo tuko nao kuanzia kwa county commissioner wetu. However, Bwana Commissioner and Bwana Waziri wetu, kuna proposal, kwa sababu wakati ilikuwa nakuja hapa nimeambiwa na watu wangu wa bodaboda nikuje niseme. Kuna proposal ya Mheshimiwa Rais ya kwamba watu ambao waliathirika kwa yale maneno ya maandamano wote watakuwa wanapata fidia. Na mimi nakubaliana na hilo na tunasupport kabisa. Ni ukweli ya kwamba wale wote ambao walipatikana kwa hayo madhara, maybe it was a police brutality, maybe professional negligence, ama ni kwa bahati mbaya. Lakini kwa sababu tumekutana kwa jukwaa la usalama, Mheshimiwa Waziri, nafikiri ni vizuri pia tuambiane ukweli. Katika hayo maandamano pia kuna wale walipatikana kwa bahati mbaya wakati walikuwa na loot vitu za watu. Na lazima pia tuambiane ukweli. Kwa hivyo sisi tunaomba wakati mtakuwa mnafanya compensation ya hao watu ambao waliathirika, waliumia, walikuwa injured, wale watu ambao walipoteza mali zao pia wakuwe compensated. Kwa sababu that was a purely an economic sabotage to some of us. Wakati hayo maandamano yalikuwa yanatendeka, kuna wale watu vitu zao ziliharibiwa na hawajai rudi tena kwa system. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikuwa naomba Bwana Waziri ushughulikie hilo. Mwisho kabisa, Bwana Waziri, the investigation system yetu ya Kenya. Sisi nina maswali mawili ningependa kuuliza tu. How is our investigation system? Na nasema hii kwa regards of the year 2023. Personally, I lost my members, over 10 members ambao walikuwa injured, pikipiki zao zikaenda. And our constitution is there to protect maisha ya wadogo na wale wakubwa. Recently juzi kuna mbunge alipoteza maisha kule Nairobi. Within 2 or 3 weeks, within 2-3 days, wale wahusika wote walikuwa wameletwa, wameshikwa na wamepelekwa kotini. Sisi ile tunauliza tu ni kwamba, kwani hii investigation system, kwa nini inakuanga too weak when it comes to maisha na property ya common mwananchi, and it becomes very selective when it comes to people ambao wako economically fit, wenye wako politically known na wengine? That is the question we are asking today. Mwisho kabisa nimesikia watu wangu wa ngao na wale wa NPS na KPS wakiomba magari. Mheshimiwa Waziri, I want you to note this. Kuna kitu wamesahau kuomba. Hawajaomba mafuta. Na mimi wacha niwaombe mafuta. Na kama sio hivyo uambie Mheshimiwa Rais, tumesema ya kwamba wapewe gari za stima. Ili kesho nikipiga simu wasiniambie kuja na mafuta, waniambie kuja na stima. Asante sana.
Thank you. Hiyo ni sauti ya wanabodaboda. Na kuna vile amesema, lakini waziri ameelewa. Haya, tuende kwa mipaka pale, mambo na clearing na forwarding. Mambo clearing and forwarding ni cross border businesses. Karibu my brother.
Yes, to IDS na wale protocol observe. Habari yenu? Asanteni sana. Leo tunaongelea mambo ya jukwaa la usalama. So nitafocus sana sana kwa mada yetu hiyo. Kwa upande wetu wa yard kama kwa majina naitwa David Omondi Olongo, mwenyekiti wa clearing and forwarding hapa Busia. So tuko na changamoto lakini sitasema zote, nitakuwa tu brief ndio muda yenye nimepewa. Moso tukiwa na magari from maybe Nairobi Mombasa coming to Busia, tuko na uwizi sana ya masils na mzigo zetu. So tunaomba security personnel watusaidie sana. Ya pili, kwa custom yard yetu ni kidogo sana. Tungependa kama waziri unaweza tusaidia utufikishie ujumbe huko juu ipanuliwe. Yard yetu inaweza accommodate only 30 trucks. Na sisi kama vijana ama na wasichana tunafanya nao kazi, we are like 1500 agents. Na kila mtu ako na gari yake. Utafanya saa ngapi? Juu yard inabeba gari 30. Itamaanisha jam haitaisha. Na hizo gari zimelipa ushuru kutoka nchi za nje zikiingia Kenya. Na hiyo ushuru inasaidia Kenya ijijenge. So tunaomba hiyo sana. Ya pili, kwa mzigo inayotoka Kenya ikienda nchi za nje, more so within East Africa, huwa tunakuwa na jam kubwa sana. Kwa sababu kuu ni udogo wa barabara na KRA officers wetu ni wachache. So tunaomba kama wanaweza tuongeza maofisa ili itusaidie. Juu kwa yard ya Busia and Malaba tunafanya 24/7. So inabidi tusaidiwe. So hiyo ndio jambo letu ya pili. Ya mwisho ni barabara yetu, infrastructure yetu. Ningeomba sana, nilisikia speaker moja alisema hapa naomba just within Busia. Mimi naomba sana from Moso Kericho ikikuja hadi Busia, at least ikuwe 2 lane ambapo itatusaidia hata kuwa na jam hapa. Juu tuko na risk sana. Just imagine tuko na magari imebeba fuel, iko ingine iko na gas, zingine zina sulfuric acid. Hiyo iko hata health hazard yetu, haitakuwa rahisi. What if bahati mbaya gari ipate ajali ama ya gas ilipuke? Maisha ya watu wa Busia itakuwa more so at risk. Juu in Busia we only have ni gari moja ya kuzima moto ndio tuko nayo pale. So tungependa sana hata kama gari ya kuzima moto ingeongezwa ingetusaidia. Asanteni.
Thank you. Asante kwa hayo machache, mambo na biashara na usafirishaji wa bidhaa. Sasa nataka mzee wa mtaa kisha mama wa mtaa pia. Kwa kifupi pia mzazi.
Mgeni wetu wa heshima Bwana CS Interior, mimi naongea kwa niaba ya village elders. Village elders ni miaka sasa tangu serikali itoe hadi kwao watapata kitu. Hao watu huwa tunafanya kazi ya muhimu zaidi. Kwa sauri bila hawa hata assistant chiefs kazi yao itakuwa ngumu. Hawa ndio huwa wanasaidia assistant chiefs na chiefs, and especially hapa tuko kwa border identifying the true Kenyans wakati wanataka IDs. Hawa ndio lazima wa identify huyu ni mtoto wa fulani, huyu ni mtoto fulani anafaa pate ID. Sasa jinsi serikali iliwaahidi wakafurahi kabisa. Iko tu kama mtoto ukiambia nitakununulia kiatu ama biskuti ama peremende, atafurahi kabisa. Ukichelewa kuleta hiyo kitu atakuwa demoralized. Hiyo ni jambo la kwanza. Jambo la pili, na pia iliko very important, hapa tuko along the border. Na upande huu in fact most of western province watu wameoa wasichana wa mama kutoka Uganda. Na mama anakuja hapa, mnaishi na yeye, amezaa watoto wamekwisha kwa tumbo, akitaka ID inakuwa ngumu sana kumpata ID. That is a very serious issue. Na saa hii sisi tunataka uchaguzi unakuja hivi karibuni. Sasa hao watu watasaidia namna gani kupata kura? Hiyo ndio jambo langu la pili, na nitafikiria nitamalizia hapo. Asante.
Asante, tupige mzee makofi. Sasa madam, sasa ni nafasi ya Wilmina. Nafasi yako sasa. Haya, tafadhali. Atasema akiwa hapa chini, lakini nenda pale ndio siweza kuona. So baada yake tunatafuta wale wazee wanaitwa Council of Elder. Mmoja anajijua sio? Where do you Council of Elders? Tafadhali.
Mgeni wetu heshima, karibu sana na kukaribisha Busia kama Council of Elder, Coordinator Western Region. Wakubwa wenzangu wenye wamekuja, leaders wote, administration. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Wilmina Msumba. Kwanza nitaongea kuhusu village admin. Kwa maana Council of Elders, we are the advisors. Village admin natoka Busia Matao sub-county. Naomba kwanza mupe appointment letters. Kwa maana wanafanya kazi. Village elders, maguru, wapewe nini? Appointment letters. La pili, pia wakuweko na salary kidogo. Wanafanya kazi usiku wote. Watatu, wakuwe na uniform. Wakuweko na uniform. Kwa identify hao ni village admin. Hiyo ni mito kwa village. Sasa nitaongea kama coordinator village, coordinator wa Council of Elders. Council of Elders tunafanya kazi. Mheshimiwa, we are left out and we are the advisors. Our leader, Busia County. Tufanyie pamoja. La pili, hapa Busia, yetu Busia, Matayos, hatuna hata gari. Hatuna gari yoyote kutoka Busia, Matayos constituency. Sasa administration na village elders kufanya kazi usiku ni ngumu. Hata wenyewe administrators wenyewe ni human being. Saa 7 anaitwa, ataenda na nini? Sasa tafadhali naomba mtusaidie na gari Busia Matayos constituency. Hiyo naomba, my brother, immediately. We are really in a very hot soup.
Thank you, madam. Asante baba. Nashukuru. Nikimalizia
nitaongea juu ya wasichana pia kidogo tu. Wamama mnasema kila wakati wamama wanapiga wazee. Mama anaweza piga mzee? Anaweza? Wamama peke yao ndio watajibu. Mama mnaweza? Hapana. Sasa hii maneno yenye imeleta shida ni my choice, my style. We have to go back for culture. Cultural. Imeleta shida. Mtoto anatembea huku huchi. Huku hakuna chochote. My style, my choice. Tunaomba hiyo tafadhali mtusaidie. Mtusaidie huko hiyo tafadhali. Ni hayo machache. Mungu amani awabariki.
Asante sana. Nashukuru. Sasa kuna watu ambao walisema kwamba hawakuwakilishwa. Walikuwa ni akina nani? Gen Z. Gen Z kulisimama hapa president akasema sio Gen Z. Mimi nataka mtu wako na 25 years hapa ama 21. Peke yake mmoja na akiongea ndiye atakuwa mwisho. 21 years na ukuja na kitambulisho sababu unaweza kuwa 40. Hapo unasema wewe ni Gen Z. Wewe. Na hii mic nitazima. Kimaliza dakika moja.
Thank you so much. Waziri, Mchumba MURKOMEN, our IG Inspector, Gilbert wa Sengele. Kwa majina naitwa Kevin Ojuro. I'm also a leader here in Lukonyi, Burumba, and aspiring MCA Burumba hapa. I'm speaking on behalf of many youths, and I want to clarify on youth employment, in youth and employment. Sisi vijana wengi hatuna shughuli. Bwana Waziri, we want you to come with a mechanism, at least that it can accommodate youths. Tumeona one of our leader here amesema kwamba anatetea chief apate kazi, na si vijana tuko hapa tuna kazi. I'm an HR by profession, and kuna wengi hapa wamesoma ambao wana hizo nafasi. So kwa nafasi ya huyo tafuta kijana mmoja hapa apate, na sisi tutafurahi, si ndio vijana? Another thing is about national and local partnership. Sometimes government program from Nairobi doesn't reach the youths. We want information. Ifikie vijana, na tunataka good relationship na men in blue. Yesterday tuliongea na OCS na county commissioner, na tukagree they are going to come with a way to accommodate youths, especially community. Tusiogopane, tukue kwa karibu, na hiyo budget naomba ongezea men in blue so that wakikuja huko wasikose soda na mkate, si ndio? Another thing is about sisi vijana. Hao vijana wameniambia, kwa sababu mimi ni kiongozi wao, nikifika hapa nikwambie mgeni akikuja mwenyeji anafanya nini? Anapona, si ndio? So vijana wamesema Buleni waziri wapange, si ndio? Umetaka kupangwa? Wapange na kitu kidogo ili pia wajue bwana waziri yako around. So on behalf of many youths here, tunataka to government vile umekuja na hii program, mtu include in many occasion, msitusahau. Mnajua mlikuwa mmetusahau. So msitusahau tena. Asanteni sana na Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
Thank you. Huyo ni Jensi, mmekubali sio? Basi Jensi amewakilisha Jensi wengine, tunataka Kraje, alafu baadaye tutafunga na UDPP. Alafu tuende kwa hatua nyingine. Karibu.
Mheshimiwa Waziri Kipchumba Arap Murkomen na viongozi wote mloko hapa, yangu ni machache. I have about 8 points that I'm actually going to summarize in 2 minutes. Allow me. Point 1. In view of Article 32 of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya 2010, registration process of religious bodies should be detached from the office of the Registrar of Societies. Ilo ombi letu la kwanza. 2, the registration process should be decentralized to counties. Assuming that leo mtu anataka kufungua kanisa lake, lazima aende Nairobi, and it's extremely a tedious process in Nairobi, you know it, waziri. So tunaomba irudishwe hapa chini. Watu wanaotaka kuandikisha makanisa yao, wanaotaka kuandikisha religious bodies, waende kwa county office ya county commissioner, wafanyewe wepesi. Jambo la pili ni kuhusiana na marriage registration services for our Christian brothers and sisters, hasa wale clergy. Marriage registration services for the clergy and church leaders who are licensed should also be decentralized, at least at the regional level. Najua maybe at the county level, because of the personnel, it can be a big challenge, but at least at the regional level, because kurudisha zile returns is really, really tedious. And every faith leader who is a registered, yuko registered nini kuozesha, lazima arudishe returns, hata kama ni moja. Now, assuming somebody is coming from Changara to Nairobi, it's actually tedious. 3, whereas the Kadhi's courts are available in Busia law courts, as we speak right now, we as Busia Muslims request that through Waziri, the JSC should consider having a substantive office holder of the Kadhi in Busia, because currently the Kadhi we have comes all the way from Bungoma. 3, whereas Waziri, traditionally we know radicalization has for so long been associated with Muslims. It is unfortunate that radicalization today is slowly but surely
permitting into our churches through cults and cultism as well as modernity. Ile usasa ambapo leo slowly our community is accepting wanaume kuoa wanaume wengine na wanawake kuolewa na wanawake wengine, because as we speak today in Kenya there are no laws governing this. So kwa wale mabasha na mashoga wanaendelea na biashara yao kama kawaida, ambapo sisi kama religious leaders tunapinga jambo hili na tunaomba nyinyi kama serikali muingilie jambo hili so that mnaweza kuweka sheria ya kuditaa watu. When we come back to issue ya radicalization, Bwana Waziri, utapata kuna Shakahola 2 victims, ambapo ni jambo la kusikitisha 5 of those victims wametoka Busia hapa, although originally wametoka from a neighboring county ya Siaya. Number 3, we as the Busia County Interfaith Network and religious leaders request to be included in the disaster management committees, both at the sub-county and the county levels, and other similar groups, ambapo tutapeana muongozo pia vile vile kama viongozi wa kiimani. Then another issue is that of late there has been a steady rise of church break-ins to steal music instruments like church keyboards, speakers and other related sound systems. Tunaomba jambo hili limekuwa rampant, liangaliwe, na ikiwa wanakuja katika those police stations wawe treated pia kama viongozi, kwa sababu wanaumizwa na wakenda kule kupeleka report katika various police stations and then watu wanaangaliwa. Then Bwana Waziri, jambo la kusikitisha katika Busia, everybody here wants to speak what they want you to hear, lakini hatutaki kuzungumzia reality. Busia, we know that we have 2 governments. Apart from the county government and the national government, we have another independent government of proscribed groups. Vikundi ambavyo vitakufanya vile vinavyotaka, na hata ukienda police station, polisi anaweka kalamu chini kwanza na kwambia hawa ni jobless. Ama hiyo hapana, hiyo siandiki report. This is there in Busia today. Watu ambao wanaweza kuja kwako wakakupiga wakafanya vile wanavyotaka na hakuna hatua itakayochukuliwa. Kwa maana mimi nikiangalia ni serikali ni itself. So tunaomba, ikiwa tunajua sisi ni wananchi wa serikali ya Kenya, tuwe na serikali moja ambayo itakuwa inamhudumia kila mwananchi, not other small governments. With those many remarks, naomba kukomea hapo na asanteni sana.
Asante sana Mwalimu Adiri. Tumpigie makofi afadhali, amesema vizuri. Hiyo ingefungiwa nje. Huyu naye anasema ni kiongozi wa dini ya Kikristo, akaona jambo moja tu na moja anaijua ni moja.
Tumsifu Bwana wetu Yesu Kristo. Majina yangu naitwa Anthony Makoha. Jambo la kwanza ndio hilo tu moja. Jambo la kwanza, we are in a broad-based government. OCS hapa alisema kwamba ana lack transportation. Lakini Mheshimiwa CS, nilikuwa naomba Busia Police Station imejengwa kwa shamba ya mtu binafsi. Busia Police Station wako na shamba hapa Korinda, almost 10 acres. Nilikuwa naomba affordable housing imeletwa hapa, wapatiwe 1000 units. That is something that is possible, ili hawa polisi waweze kutoka kwa zile nyumba za ukoloni ambazo ziko pale kwa mpaka. And that is something that can happen even tomorrow, Bwana CS. Lastly, police posts. Maenje police posts iko kwa mpaka na iko na askari wachache sana, ambapo this is a porous border. They can be attacked any time, Mheshimiwa CS. Nilikuwa naomba kama inawezekana hizo police post houses zinatonya maji. This is one location ambayo ni township location. Issues za administrative units zilikuwa devolved. Buyosi as a location iliekwa kitambo sana, Bwana CS. Today tuko na chief mmoja hapa township location. Buyosi ilikuwa instituted kuwa location kitambo. Kama inaweza kuwa ifanyike kama location, ilikuwa gazetted kitambo sana. Tupata assistant chief hapo ili division hii kitu isaidie nchi pale mashinani. Thank you very much, Bwana CS.
Asante kwa kusema moja, ilikuwa moja hapa mingi. Ni mbili ni tatu. Amesema moja. Sasa tunataka Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. Yes, ODPP. Wacha tusikie DPP hapa.
Thank you, Bwana Regional Commissioner. Our guest of honor, Honorable CS Kipchumba MURKOMEN, our Deputy Governor, our County Speaker, Honorable MPs, all protocol observed. I'm here this afternoon to highlight a few points in the interest of time, because I also believe the sugar levels are too low. My name is Beaver Sogola. I'm a director of the National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I'm here to represent the board of directors and the chamber president and the entire private sector. Bwana CS, we appreciate for your coming, and we want to remind you that the private sector and the Ministry of Interior are like twins. Minus security, there is no GDP, therefore private sector. So the private sector is a major stakeholder in forums like this, which you appreciate, which has been your initiative. I have about 2 points, because most of the points have been said by the speakers wale walitangulia mbele. We want to appreciate, thank you. We want to appreciate the leadership of this nation under His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, because we have been doing some statistics, some survey as the private sector. We realize that only this administration has remembered us in terms of projects, which has given our members opportunities as employees, opportunities to supply building material and things like that. Therefore, the private sector is now very, very vibrant. Related to that, we are requesting Bwana Commissioner, because, sorry, Bwana Waziri, the biggest problem, or the second biggest problem we are having right now, is unemployment for the young people. So we are also requesting, because on the board of Chamber of Commerce, I chair the Committee of Youths, and also I chair the Committee of Contractors. So we are requesting that this project is a national government. Let's have priority be given to the youth and women of BUSIA. Even these small subcontract works, be they structural works, be they mechanical works, all those specialized work. We have got able contractors in BUSIA here who can do a very, very good job. My other request is, Bwana Harisi kidogo tu, with due respect, my other request is this. We had a Jumuia market, a project which was meant for this county. We are requesting that kindly, as you go, because I know you are a member of the cabinet, help us get that project up and running, because we have got some rumors that that project is likely being taken to other counties. My youth and women will miss the jobs. So the Jumuia market, kindly fast track Waziri, it's idea. And then, because we lead in MOUs and collaboration, na Waziri unajua hii, we are also requesting for us to give BUSIA, the national government and the county government and the private sector should collaborate together with the Alupe University, so that part of where we are today, let us allocate land and part of the infrastructure, so that we set up a Lupe University town campus for our youths and women wawe wanasoma jioni and weekend classes, so that na vijana wenye wanatamani kufanya uhalifu waingie hapa wasome wakuwe busy. And then I was also requesting, now this one will not apply to Busia County alone, it's going to apply to all the youths. Bwana Waziri, we are requesting that we look at, let us look at your policy so that kuwe sheria kijana yeyote mwenye anamaliza form 4 kabla hajaenda university na college aende training NYS ama related curriculum for like 6 months or some months, and then apewe ka stipend. From there anaweza graduate akiendelea kusoma, so that other countries like China have excelled in that. You know, Kenya, we are very good in giving curriculum. Look at, for example, the curriculum we gave Singapore in the 70s. It was a very good curriculum. Therefore, tuendelee kulead, tuendelee kupeana a very good curriculum. And as I finish, I want to thank you, Waziri, and your team for having left your office and coming to Busia. Na umekuja na with our sons and daughters. I've seen Madam Beverlyn Oporia, and I've seen DIG Masengeli, nimeona mkubwa hapa. So tunashukuru kwa hayo. Na wacha our sons and daughters wengine waendelee pia kupata kazi kwa hii serikali ya broad based. Thank you very much.
Asante, tumpigie director wa Chamber of Commerce makofi. Sasa amejustify kwamba kusimamisha wengine tunaweza jikuta hapa kesho, si ndio? Na kwa sababu hiyo tunaita director of public prosecution. Yeye peke yake, hakuna mwingine tutaita.
The CS, who is also my colleague in profession. I will ride on the protocol of SAB. Officers, good evening. My name is Eric Ativa, standing in for my head of county for public prosecution, Ms. Helen Mutela. I only have one thing, which many of the officers have talked about, CS, is the issue of mobility. When they do not have, or you do not empower them with that mobility, they will avail those files to us and we shall return them because of lack of evidence. That is the only issue. And it has been going around that the ODPP is the weak link in fighting corruption. The only issue is empowering these officers so that they can go to those ground and do proper investigation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Tumpigie makofi. Sasa pahali tumefikia, where we have reached, I think we have had enough. Ama waziri amesikiza, si tupatie nafasi naye atuambie kidogo, sio? So naomba zote tusimame ndio tuache kusinzia. Hakikisha tupatie waziri nafasi aweze kurespond kwa issues ambazo umelete. Mpige makofi ya karibu. Haya, tusalute officers. Guys, what's that?
Thank you very much. Nashukuru sana kwa all the comments yenye mmeleta, na ningependa kujibu kwa ufupi sana ndio nipatie viongozi wetu wafunge. Ya kwanza, niko na maneno mawili matatu ya kusema kabla ya kujibu yale ambayo mmesema. Tumekuja hapa kama machief, assistant chief, village elders, OCSs, county security committee, now everybody else, SCCs and all of us. Tumekuja hapa because we have a job and we are doing that job. So before tuongee kuhusu welfare yetu, gari, motorbike, nini, first of all tujue we have a job. We have a job to do. Chiefs wangapi waliandikwa a year ago or 2 years ago? chief, assistant chief, imeandikwa recently. Mko wengi, you know, a number of you are employed. Chief, siku yenye uliandikwa juzi, so ulijua kwamba hakuna ofisi ya chief na hakuna AI. Na hata kuna chiefs hapa waliandikwa wakijua hakuna ofisi ya chief. Wanajua kuna motorbike na hakuna AI, na bado wali apply kazi. Na siku ya interview wakaambiwa, sasa wewe, so mlikuwa wengi, wewe ukaulizwa, and how will you work and there is no office of chief? Ukaambia panel, I am very creative, my office will be everywhere where I will be. Ukweli ama sio ukweli? The same, our police officers hapa wamefika sasa rangi ya OCS, lakini siku ya recruitment walikuwa wanasumbua sana. Wakipata mtu yoyote, kama vile ulisikia ule mzee aliongea hapa, alisema mtoto yake alienda NYS kumaliza, akasema hapana, hii hakuna hata kupigana na chochote, hata kama Al-Shabaab ama nini. Wakati askari anaomba kazi, anasema nitafanya kazi mahali popote kwa Kenya, aswa sehemu ya Kibish, Mandera na Lamu. Siku ya kimaliza kikanjo, the same day, wakati anapata kazi, mheshimiwa, unajuana na IG, tafadhali niombe sana, hata sijaoa nisiende huko Marsabit. So I know all these MPs wenye wako hapa, mtu anakusumbua siku ya kuomba kazi, umeenda kumtetea, pengine ni we wanted, tumeenda kumtetea, pengine ni we wanted to do the job. And so we must be diligent in the work we are doing. We must put everything. We cannot use the challenges we have as a ministry and in your office to become an excuse to stop you from delivering. It can't. It cannot be where the police officer sleeps, hakuna gari. Of course we know kwamba magari na all these things make your work even easier. But you must do everything humanly possible to ensure that you deliver in the way you are. Number 2, you must become diligent. You must know your job. Hakuna vile utakuwa chief ya location fulani na uende baraza uulizwe swali na useme I don't know. There is no chief who doesn't know. Ukweli ama sio kweli? Yeah. Ulizo swali hata yenye hujawahi kusikia, hata Pythagoras theorem, unasema that issue is still under research but I will come back to you. You cannot say that, mimi sijui. Chief anazaje kwanza kujua? Yeah, you must prepare yourself to answer every question yenye wananchi watauliza. Ukienda baraza kwa sharp, ukienda na unaona topic hii hujui sana, natafuta kijana mwenye wako university ama researcher nini, namwambia tutembee. Sio umesoma sana Sio umekuwa ukitaka kuongea mbele ya watu Acha niende nisikie vile wewe utaambia hii watu. Nafika pale naambia watu kabla sijasema mambo mengi yenye niko nayo. Kuna kijana nimekuja nayo, nataka aseme jambo moja. Yeye aseme hiyo mambo yote, ikiisha unasema I would have said even more, lakini saa imeenda. Nataka in fact by the time huyu anamaliza, huyu anamaliza, watu wanaanza kusema chiefs, hiyo kwa hiyo topic hiyo imetosha, twende topic nyingine. Na wewe saa hizo wakati wanaandika notes wewe unajifanya, lakini unaandika also notes, unaelewa. Next time you will be able. So seek knowledge, understand your subject. Hakuna chief. That is why, do you know why I was very particular on the chief mwenye aliuliza mambo ya SHA? Chief, nimekundua leo wewe hujasomea kidogo hiyo maneno. na wewe ndio una register watu ya SHA. So as a chief, don't allow yourself when you go to baraza ujui nini inaendelea na housing, inajua nene kwa SHA, hakuna nini ujui mambo ya fertilizer, na nyinyi wenyewe ndio mna register. Understand government programs and projects and what it means. Sasa nasitaki kulima chief sana, uzuri sijui hata ilikuwa ni nani, so na tulisema Jukwaa hakuna victimization, ndio. So but you know chief, sasa wewe ukienda kuongea like vile wewe umeongea hapo kwa baraza, hiyo location imekwisha. Yeah, imekwisha. Because wewe sasa ukifika hapo useme raia anauliza, anasema na hii SHA bwana chief, hii SHA inasaidia kwa jingana. Unasema mimi hata sijui vizuri, hata mimi mwenyewe niko na shida na sijasautiwa. Lakini kwa sababu serikali imesema please register. Unajua sasa watu wanasema, kama hii kitu chief anapinga lazima iko na shida kubwa sana. Because chief ndio anaiminiwa zaidi. So it's important we understand government programs, what it means. Wewe ndio unaelekeza, unatangaza mambo ya serikali. Lazima ujue SHA kazi yake ni nini. SHA registration ni free kwanza. Tulienda mahali mwingine tukauliza mtu anasema registration ya SHA ngapi, akasema 300, mwingine akasema 500. You know, at first instance you must know registration is free. You must also know that at the lowest level kwa mambo ya primary health care it is free. You know, you must also progress now further to explain kwamba in terms of placement penye wewe umewekwa, you can be covered to a particular level and you can pay this much and be covered to this level. This understanding, basic understanding is important. And if you don't know, unaweza Google, unaweza enda YouTube, unaweza fuata Waziri Duale aki-explain, uone mtu akiwa TV akisema, rais akitangaza kwa watu, mpaka hiyo knowledge iweze. Na also the practice yenye uko nayo kwa local area. Because wewe umeenda mazishi, wanasema SHA ililipa 300,000, bill ilikuwa 800,000. So usikae tu useme ya SHA inafanya, ulize pia kwa nini ilikuwa 800 lakini ikalipa only 300. Unajua there is a gap here and the gap is because of this. And that is how we should be able to move forward. Mambo ya housing. Like ile kijana alisema hapa, housing including ya Lupe University, you know it has been promised and it is ongoing. To ile ya police stations, we have 17,000 housing units yenye itajengwa across the country for police officers using police land, na itakuwa moja yao itakuwa hapa Busia. So we have those plans. We have 25,000 prisons officers inside prison land wenye watakuwa accommodated thanks to housing project, and we will be expanding mpaka tumalize. You need to understand also mambo ya economic kidogo. Ukiwa hapo ujue kidogo kuna mambo ya economic development yenye imefanyika. Wakati tuliingia ofisi unga ilikuwa karibu 200, sasa imekuja kadri ya 140 or there about 120, ingine sometimes in some place even it's almost 110 and so forth. Unseme mambo ya exchange rate, ukiwa unajua kwamba imeshuka. Dola ilikuwa karibu 160-70, sasa ni 129 mpaka 130. Na unajua kwamba inflation, yani kidogo kuyo nkareza kidogo, hata ukiambia watu inflation iko stable, na wanajua you understand what are the issues that are happening in the local level, so that you are able to explain government progress and program. Ujue mambo ya CBC ilikuwa hivi, imemove to this level. We have done reforms on CBC. Tumefanya mambo ya university. You know, because you are the ones who recommending even these young people for help, you need to understand bandwidth ni gani, mambo ya funding ya university ni aje. We changed from ile ilikuwa uniform kwa every student. Now it is going to finance students based on their based on their capabilities. And why did we do so? Many of the universities were going to ingefungwa across the country. You know, saa hizi Egerton ingekuwa imeshafungwa, Nairobi ingefungwa, Moi ingefungwa kitambo. Lakini because of this new funding model, unaona sasa universities are beginning to survive. They are coming up. And you will see how universities like Alupe and the others. In fact, hata SHA, ukiongea vizuri na DG na county government, slowly people have got shocked that the local dispensary in your locality there, yenye wewe unaenda kuchajiwa free, kutritiwa kwa hapo tu dispensary ya area hiyo, there is now, because SHA is paying, it's helping now in the near future, you will see more infrastructure being built in local areas because greater revenue is now ensuing to county governments thanks to SHA. These are things lazima tujue to explain. To explain. Na kuna officer ya serikali mwenye ako opposition. Chief na assistant chief wako serikali throughout. During elections, hata kama ulipigia wapi, ikiisha tu, wewe ni ofisa wa serikali, ukiambia ofisa salute, una salute tu. Hata kama hukupenda huyu, akiingia ofisi, wewe ni ofisa ya hiyo serikali. So it's important as government changes, you're also changing your mentality, you are preparing yourself to explain the new government policy. Na unajua mtu mzuri anajulikana hata kutoka roho mwenye amekubali. Hata kama ulikuwa unapenda upande ingine na hii ingine imeshinda. Unajiita mkutano, unajiita counseling, unaenda kwa kioo, mpaka una smile kwa kioo, mpaka roho yako ikubali, tuko kwa serikali ingine. You know? And then after that, unashika laini, unasukuma. Hii serikali ikimaliza ingine ikuje, wewe uko hiyo. You need to understand that even the police officers, the reason why you are utumishi kwa wote, ni kwa serikali yote na wananchi wote kwa kona yote. So you must become diligent to understand your work. The last thing I like to say is that we must together fight this monster called corruption. Together. It cannot be left to ACC, sijui DPP, sijui unani. Hii corruption is across and it's affecting everybody. I was even joking with my friends in Bunge. Nikasema kuna haja gani ujitete? Rais akisema sijui watu wengine wanachukua pesa nini? Sio, ni ukweli tu. Because it's the same problem. Mimi hata sasa nasema kwa hapa kuna polisi hapa wanachukua pesa. Hiyo ni uongo ama ni ukweli? Si ni ukweli tu. Sasa nilikuwa nasikia ule traffic commander alienda ule nini alikuwa nani? Lolmodoni. Ule traffic anaitwa nini? Traffic base commander, yeah, traffic. Yeah, unajua also meaning I'm being educated. Base commander. Aliongea mambo yote lakini hakusema ile maneno ya kitu kidogo. Hakusema hiyo maneno kabisa. Nilikuwa nafikiria atasema bwana mkubwa, niko na challenge pia, ofisa yangu wanachukua kitu kidogo kidogo, mnisaidie. Yaani wewe unataka kuniambia hiyo ni siri kwa Kenya? Hapana, yaani tunajua. Sasa nikuja hapa kama mimi waziri wa interior na nianze kuambia watu police are very good people. Hakuna polisi anachukua pesa. Sasa yeye wataniambia honestly, yaani ilikuwa lazima hata na tunajua wote tu. Nilikuwa nauliza hii traffic people na hii kitu ya kuokota. Unaona tu mtu kabisa ofisa mzima anakuja hivi amefanyia gari imesimama matatu. Alafu anajifanya anapiga kona hivi. Alafu ako hivi kabisa na kofia na amekuwa serious na miwani. Ati anataka kuangalia, anaangalia insurance. Kuna insurance hiyo mtu anaangalia? Hakuna. Wewe unaona conductor tu anapiga kona pole, anamshika mkono, ofisa tena anakuwa serious, anaangalia huko, akiangalia another insurance cover kwa hivi na mkono unaona inaingia ndani na kupotea inarudi bure. Yeah. Honestly, we're the best commanders. You know, so we also have to face, because unajua we have reached a stage where we have normalized. Kwamba hiyo barabara watachukua tu. Na unajua sasa these border guys are jobless. They are looking for a job. They are trying to employ themselves using the borders. Many of them, they don't own the border. So mtu amenunua amempatia. Ile anapata na amemwambia every day nataka shilingi 400. Kwa siku moja amefanya kazi amepata 450. Lakini wewe unamtakia 100. So ako kwa hasara every day. Hao watu, they hate us, they hate the police, they hate the police service, and they hate everybody because they believe, rightly so, you are the government. You know? And because we are the government, we must deliberately fight corruption as police officers. We must fight corruption as chiefs and assistant chiefs. Hii kitu ya kuchukua kitu kidogo hapo, ati mtu akitaka kitu, nawaambia hakuna kalamu ya chief, lete ya kalamu ya chief please. It must come to an end. Hii kuchukua pesa kidogo ndio usukume kesi, uandike report kwamba hii succession chamba ni ya huyu sio ya huyu. It is going to spoil for us as a government, as a ministry, and as a servants of the people of Kenya. So me, I'm not going to defend kwamba we don't have corruption. We do. So naona tunakuwa ranked number 1 huko. Ministry yetu pamoja na police tunang'ang'ana na KRA na watu wengine huko juu. Yeah? Hata sijui kwa nini wabunge walikuwa na complain, wako ranking yao iko chini kidogo, iko huko chini. Sisi ndio tuko na shida kubwa zaidi. So we must all of us fight this monster called corruption. Tumekubaliana? Kwa nini mnaangalia chini hamjasema vizuri? Yeah? Chiefs, tumekubaliana? Hapana, hamjasema vizuri. Ni kama hamjakubaliana. Hii vitu inapita inatoka Uganda, ethanol inafita pale inarudi. Chief na OCS, mnataka kuniambia hamjui hiyo maneno? Hiyo maneno hamjui nani anafanya hiyo kazi? Si mnapata ka kitu kidogo, unakatiwa ka kitu kwa wale wanafanya contraband hapa. Sio ni ukweli? In fact, let me give you a secret. Maybe other ministers never used to tell you before. All the things you are doing iko kwa intelligence report. So sometimes wanasema chief fulani is an impediment. Kwanza nyinyi wenye mko border, I read your reports. Chief fulani ndio anashirikiana na askari fulani na kuna customs officer fulani. Ukisikia saa zingine tumetransfer tu mtu kwa sababu hatujapata the real evidence ya kupeleka kotini. You know, mtu kama mimi nikiongea ama mtu kama rais akiongea, kweli uko na evidence, umeona huyu mtu amebeba pesa, lakini kotini inataka proper evidence. So you know huyu ni mwizi, lakini you don't have yani hard witnesses ya kwenda kusema huyu ni mwizi. So what do? You just act on them, alafu kesi sasa unatafuta njia kama itapatikana njia ya kupeleka kotini. So we know, ukiona saa zingine askari anatolewa hapa anapelekwa kwingine, anafanyiwa nini, ni kwa sababu we are still looking for a way to, hata saa zingine tunaita wengine tunakanya. Tunamwambia my friend, we know wewe unafanya 1 2 3. Na sometimes tukisema hivyo mtu mimi nikikuja mkutano kama hivi na niseme tunajua chiefs wengine hapa wanakula pesa ya ethanol na inatoka, what will Kenyan say? Watasema kama wewe unajua kwa nini usipeleke kotini? Ndapelekaje when I only have it as an intelligence report? I will be told in court that is an illegally obtained evidence and it's not admissible.